Hey, Max here. So, looks like FIFA, according to rumors, is getting crossplay. Now, Tom Henderson's been at the middle of a few EA leaks in the past, so let's go and talk about crossplay and why I think it's the most overrated thing in gaming since backwards compatibility. Here's the issue with crossplay. Okay, you'll be able to play against players on PC, PlayStation, Xboxes. Okay, now PlayStation and Xbox getting together, that's fine. We'll talk about the connectivity issues and stuff in the future when we talk about what I've experienced with other sports games in this. But let's talk about this article right here. They talk about FIFA in here and it's like history. Don't get rid of a lot of details. Other than this, right? The biggest question becomes like FIFA specifically and Madden 2 is what's going on with the different generations, right? Because PS5 can't play against PS4, Xbox Series X can't play against Xbox One. What does this cross gen mean, or cross platform mean? Does it mean cross gen too? Probably not. But that's to be seen, right? MLB The Show has cross-gen, cross-platform play, and even going on a Nintendo Switch, right? MLB's move, if you recall, it's the same game on both consoles, which to me I feel like is holding back the experience for next gen consoles, because the fact that the gameplay still is like the same animation since like 2015 or whatever it is, whenever they switched to the current gen. Maybe it was 2014. I don't recall for MLB. So if you have a next-gen console, and I realize they've been hard to get over the last couple years, which a lot of people don't have, it's fine. But I feel like, eventually they're going to make the switch and eventually chop off the other end. But like with MLB The Show, they went back to, Switch, right? They included an even less hardware-intensive console on their game now. So like it feels like they're not putting the effort in towards making the game more like, up to date in 2022 and they're kind of just like bringing on more people to make more money, which is, exactly what a business needs to do. So I can't fault them for that. But as for the gamer itself, it feels like we're being a little shortchanged, whereas Madden's kind of like cut off between last gen and next gen. And obviously, let's not hold up Madden as a beacon of, something to look for, like that city on a hill that everybody loves, because it's got its own fair share on both generations of issues. A lot of people say last generation game is better than next generation. It is what it is, okay? So basically, what I'm trying to say is crossplay. Okay, what does this mean, right? Where they say it's going to be cross-played with PC, with Xbox, PlayStation, that kind of stuff. We know on Madden, right, there are plenty of glitches just when you're considering your own console. We've had set issues, content issues, them not, putting it out on time, them having the wrong content, them giving the wrong advertisements, etc., etc. Like gameplay problems, RPO glitches, like more than I can list in this video just this year, okay? So you add that on to what we've seen this year with PC, right? If I just look up Muttleaks on Twitter account, he put out like one of the biggest freaking issues in the history of Madden, with a PC glitch earlier this year where you could like quick sell, or you could sell non-auctionable cards. Let's go ahead and scroll down to where, this data validation here on PC. Now, this is just one guy, what he found. And so right now, we know DC issues are a thing on console. They're even worse on PC, as there was a way for a few years for you able to basically change a setting, right? Download a program, change a setting, then boom, DC, you don't lose the game. A lot of people were able to go like 25-0 or high-end wins in Weekend League due to these issues. I don't know if they're still there. They might still be there on PC. The thing is, it's just such a small market on PC right now that the cheaters and the bots really don't have a huge incentive, because the player base is so small, to really look into the PC code to find out what's wrong with it and then exploit it, because you're not affecting console where the majority of the players are, right? The millions of regular casual players. So what we're gonna see if this crossplay is true, which I think Tom Henderson is right about this, but again, I still gotta use the word if, as FIFA hasn't confirmed it or EA hasn't confirmed it. The fact that on PC now you're gonna have a whole a ton, like the floodgates are gonna open for these kind of glitches. Not like there is currently a glitch on PC. It's just an example of one I know that allows you to complete a full game solo instantly, right? You wonder how do people get to level 50 in one day? They do this. It only takes them 2 hours to do it. People in the Discord bragging about it, right? Other people on Twitter sell these hacks. They get you up to level 50 in a day, and you're like, oh, this is great. And EA hasn't banned anybody for that, right? So when that ends up, like, because there is sort of crossplay with your level system. So if you get level 50 on PC, that cross plays over to Xbox. And so people are paying these people on PC. Oh yeah, they do it, and like they'll maybe get their PC account banned, although nobody's got their account banned at all. So anyways, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just what like people have right now, and this glitch came out because people want to get to level 50, and now that cross plays over to Xbox, there's this huge incentive, or PlayStation, there's this huge incentive to do this. So now imagine with the market the way it is, with this data validation epic fail, what could happen when the bots on PC start botting, right? When they develop the like high end, I don't know, cheats and stuff that we see on like Warzone and stuff, right? The Warzone crossplay, PC to Xbox, like you weren't able to turn it off, and it was the worst experience ever, dude. It made me give up the freaking game because I realized how worthless it was having to go against cheaters and stuff. So I worry about these issues because Madden is coded worse than Call of Duty. Let's put the dick on the table here. It is straight up more buggy than almost any other game out there from a AAA studio. So opening that floodgates. Now FIFA's got like probably twice the staff of Madden, and you know, FIFA still has its issues, right? It's you know, clueless defenders. I've been playing FIFA a lot this year, and everybody runs into the same issues on FIFA with their gameplay, but it's just, I think, a terrible idea. And then like it involves a lot of staff time from, I feel like, EA to put this cross-platform into the game, and I feel like that staff time could very well be put into other things that we want more. Like, where is practice mode in MUT? Why can't our formation audible save between games? Right, our formation subs too. Like, what? There's like I could list like a 20-minute video of the improvements of this game that need to be changed. Right? Why are low balls so dang good? Right? Why are cover twos bombable? There's so many things that are a problem in this game right now that I feel like they really should focus on, and not these big sweeping changes that in the end really don't help out the audience at all. Now, the biggest, obviously, positive, people in the comment section are going to be saying, hey, I want to play against my friends crossplay. I feel like a lot of friends groups now to talk about all the friends groups, but a lot of friends groups nowadays kind of coordinate what console they're buying. And so like that's kind of like, well, okay, yeah, Xbox, PlayStation can't play against each other, but like most friend groups, I feel like before they make a console, all talk to each other because you got like a friend group chat, and you're like, okay, what are we getting? Are we getting an Xbox? Are we getting a PlayStation? What are we going to be on? So like, I get it. There is that positive to playing against your friends cross-platform. That's definitely in the W column. But like, I feel like all the negatives and issues with cross-platforming and PC specifically are there. And right, like even here, even an MLB The Show where they have no PC version, I was on Xbox this year, right? I was on Xbox or PlayStation, and I have crossplay turned on. It was way laggier than just playing that. I had to end up turning it off because the lag was unbearable cross-playing. So, like, there's still those connections issues between the consoles talking to each other. Now, I know some games do it well. I think Fortnite's got cross-play. I have no clue if they have, I haven't played Fortnite in, like, it feels like 50 years. But just in my experiences in sports games crossplay with MLB The Show, in first-person shooter crossplays in Warzone, Battlefield, I tried to turn off crossplay in Battlefield. The problem is it comes standard on, so I wasn't able to find any matches in Battlefield with crossplay turned off. So like they force you into playing against guys who not only have a better system because they can change their field of view sliders, which is something obviously consoles should be able to do, but a lot of companies don't give you the option to. PC, mouse and keyboard are much more accurate than any sort of controller and stuff, and maybe for a thing like Madden it's not as big of a deal, as most people probably play on controller anyways for Madden on PC. But all these things add up, right, between the lag, the cheats, the input differences, and it's like, is it really worth the staff time and investment into going crossplay specifically with PC over just improving your game and making it as good as possible on the things that have been bugging us for years? I feel like it's not. I feel like it's overrated. And you're like, what about your point about backwards compatibility? Okay, let's talk about that, right? I said the most overrated things is backwards compatibility. Backwards compatibility, if you recall, on Xbox One, right? Like, they had an announcement. They're like, all these games are backwards compatible. It's great now. And then PlayStation 4 was like, yeah, we're not doing that, okay? Like, the PlayStation 3 was a disaster. Whereas Xbox 360 really, I feel like, caught up in past PlayStation 3. It was a better console. And then Xbox focused on backwards compatibility, where PlayStation 4 moved forward. They had their incredible first-party exclusives. They were great games. Which console won? PS4 mopped the freaking floor with Xbox, right? So like it's overrated, right? People do like to play backwards compatibility, but a lot of times you can download digital and then like, you know, just keep playing it on your console. I mean, maybe people sell the old consoles. If the old consoles break, then they can't play it anymore. I get it, but like the amount of time that you put into backwards compatible games is not nearly the amount of time that you put into like actually like stud first party titles. So the staff time there wasted on that like basically made the Xbox trash last generation, and it made it not even close to PS4. And I think almost everybody would agree with me. PS4 had a better last generation than Xbox. Like they're like the thunderous applause, right? Backwards compatibility, it's awesome. We love it. Thanks, great. But it came at the sacrifice of so many things. Now, I think Microsoft has discovered that, and like they're doing a little bit better job. Obviously, I don't like that they're buying up every company and they're going to make it exclusive to Xbox. That's really annoying in my opinion. I don't love exclusive games like that and what the video game industry is turning into. But that's for a different video. So, anyways, I just think it's overrated. And obviously, if they just cross-play Xbox and PlayStation, great. That's awesome. But I feel like, PC players can be in the comment section. Oh, that sucks. We need more players on PC. This game's dead. Dude, the game would be even worse for everybody if they cross-played with it. So people are like, oh, I got a PC. Like, man, I got a game. Like, gaming PCs, I don't want to buy an Xbox. Like, your gaming PC probably costs you a lot more than a console. Not, obviously everybody can, choose between one, right? If you get like a Christmas present from something, you get like a new graphics card that costs more than an entire console. I don't know. That's kind of like a shaky argument, but like the game's still available. The mods are better on PC. Like you can get like the NCAA mods, so there's benefits to owning it on PC. But if you want to play MUT, you really got to play it on console. So to finish off the video, overall, I hope EA doesn't waste the time in Madden going crossplay. But if it's coming in next year, they've already done it and it's already on its way, and I'll be sad. And we'll see if PC disconnect glitches make it even worse, since it's already bad enough. And PC is going to kind of be a beast. We'll see what happens to the auction house. And like, because we already saw the problems with like bots in this game, right? Like, when we looked at the leaderboards of the seasons, they've cleaned it up a lot. Like bots were going wild early in the year. Now they've kind of cleaned it up a bit for the head-to-head seasons leaderboard, because like it used to be guys like they'd be like 0 points a game. Now we got like this guy. Average 1.97 against. That's hard day's night. Interesting. Okay. 5.2. Like it used to be all like under 1 point per game, 1 point against, because they were just botting the whole time. The whole leaderboard was. So they've cleaned up the leaderboards. They've done a good job on console, but I do worry PC and the floodgates there. And is the juice worth the squeeze? Is what I'll leave you with. That's it for watching. Thanks. Let me know in the comment section. My big L's, obviously, everybody's like, oh, terrible takes, all that jazz. That's it. Appreciate it. I will see you guys on maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Peace.